Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let's see who pops up. It takes a little while for it to warm up, just like myself in the morning, unless I get my cup of coffee into me. Who have we got? There's Ellen. Hi, Ellen. And cousin Carol. And bonjour, Amel. Bonjour, bonjour. Such a lovely morning. Hi, Eilish. It's a gorgeous morning out there. Thank goodness if you can get outside or have your windows open. I have a little bit of tidying up to do in the garden. Hi, Maggie. We've got a few more people to come on. I hope what I shared yesterday, hi Anne, helped a little. I actually feel today, it's kind of weird because I ended up doing all those exercises like 4 times yesterday because I did a few other classes. And yeah, interesting, because all across just that area of my back feels a lot freer, a lot more open. So, I mean, that's good. That's a good thing to do. Okay, so we're doing chair yoga this morning. If you haven't got your chair, this will give you a chance to grab it. Grab your chair. So you can come sit in your chair. I'll move back once I finish our little centering. So part of our centering this morning, I'm going to read a little bit from Eckhart Tolle. And some of you may be familiar with him. He's written The Power of Now and A New Earth. Quite an amazing gentleman. So come to your seated position of comfort. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the heavens, and hands rest on the knees of the lap. Allow your attention to come into the space now. Allow yourself to be here now. Become aware of sounds that you can hear around you, maybe sounds that are outside the room to begin with. And then sounds that you can hear inside. Noticing the weight of the body into the chair, onto your seat. And turning the attention then to the breath. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And if you have a sankalpa, an intention, affirmation, positive statement for yourself in the present tense, it can be for the practice we're going to do this morning. It can be for the day, it can be for the week, or for the time ahead. Repeat that mentally 3 times. To offer no resistance to life is to be in a state of grace and ease. This state is then no longer dependent upon things being in a certain way, good or bad. It seems most paradoxical, yet when your inner dependency on form is gone, the general conditions of your life, the outer forms, tend to improve greatly. Things, people, or conditions that you thought you needed for your happiness now come to you with no struggle or effort on your part, and you are free to enjoy and appreciate them while they last. All those things, of course, will still pass away. Cycles will come and go, but with the dependency gone, there is no fear of loss anymore. Life flows with ease. To offer no resistance to life is to be in a state of grace, ease, and lightness. I'm going to move back now to my chair, and we're going to begin a little bit of the chair. And there's my sister Caroline. Hi, Caroline. I'm sure the others are watching as well. My nieces and nephew. So I'm going to move back to the chair. So for our practice this morning, hopefully now you can see me okay. It looks like it's a little bit dark. I might turn on the light and see, does that make a difference? No. Okay. So making sure now that the feet are flat, or if you find that your knees, if you're having to, if the knees aren't in line with the hips, just place something underneath the feet, like a cushion or a couple of books if you want. And to begin with, we're going to sit maybe towards the center or the edge of the chair. Just don't fall off. If you bend forward, make sure the chair doesn't move back behind you. So a little bit to warm up. I'm sure a lot of you are used to this now, just to warm up into the spine, get the spine in its range of movement, which is always, always good. If we place the hands onto the knees of the lap, and as we breathe in, this is our cat, we're going to lift up the chest, let the shoulders away from the ears, and the head looks up. And then as you're exhaling, rounding the back, letting the head hang. And then we're going to breathe in, rising up, shoulders release, head comes up. And then exhale, begin to round the back, let the head hang. Let's do 2 more. I'm working with your own breath, at your own pace. And as you breathe in the next time, come back to center. Perfect. A few little shoulder rolls. Always good to get them in. Lovely. So a side stretch. I'm going to place one hand onto my chair. You have a choice. Watch the shoulders. As always, anything that we're doing, stay within your comfort zone. Don't work into pain. If you have shoulder joint issues, you may be more comfortable. See how you go. We're placing the fingertips on the shoulders, lifting the elbow up. If the shoulder joint is okay and you want to reach up, do that as well. So this or this. And we're coming over to the side. So we're getting a little side stretch in. Reach into the fingertips. And you can let that arm relax a little, the one that's resting on the chair. Nice deep full breaths here. Welcoming in the exhale. And letting go of the exhale. Did I say it the other way around? I did. Welcome in the inhale and let go of the exhale. And then breathe in, come up, and then exhale, hand comes back down. I just had 1 cup of coffee, so I should be functioning okay, but not just yet. So again, fingertips to shoulders on the other side, or raise the arm up. And we're going to come over to the side. Same thing here again, welcoming in that inhale. And then as you're breathing out, letting go, making space for the next breath in. Comfortable, full breaths. One more. And then come back down, let the arm come back down. So a little twist, 2 hands on either side of the hips, or at the outside of that leg, and slowly turn the chest. Let the shoulders release. If the head and neck are okay, turning the head then. You don't have to push it too far because we're not in a full extended twist as such. And back to center, and then over to the other side. So those movements alone, those 3 kind of sequences, the cat, the side stretch, and then the twist, are everything that you need, and come back to center, everything that you need to get the spine warmed up and get the spine through its full range of movement. Back bend, forward, side, and then a twist. So our spines are really happy when we can do that. If you included that every day, you know, if you're sitting in front of the TV, if you include that every day, know that your spine is going to be happy with you doing that. Okay, now a little bit into the legs before we start doing some other bits and pieces. We're just going to bring one knee up towards the chest, give it a little hug, and then do some circles with the foot. We're going to do the other way, go the other way. And then let's point the toes and then flex the toes up towards the head, point. We'll do this 3 times in total. And then place it down. We're going to move to the other side, hold, and we'll do a few little circles. And then the other way. And then point, and then extend. Lovely. Okay. So into the hips, if we do a little forward bend, remember that we bend from the hip crease rather than rounding back. So even if you like to place your hands into that hip crease as you bend forward, that's what we're doing. Okay. So if you want to even come halfway, I'm going to recap really briefly on what we did yesterday to encourage our breath into the back body, into the back of the rib cage. If your blood pressure is okay, come all the way forward or stay halfway. So either or, because it works both ways. So wherever you are, either here or folded forward. Take 3 breaths in and out, and as you're breathing in and out, see, can you sense, feel, or imagine that breath towards the back of the rib cage, towards the back body. Great, and then slowly, gently coming back up. Lovely. Going to bring one leg across. It's like you're doing you're sitting cross-legged. Bring hands either side of the chair and fold forward again. So you're coming forward again. There may be slight little bit of pressing or compression onto the chest. That's okay. Take a couple of breaths here. And again, this is kind of encouraging us to direct that breath into the back body. Lovely, and then come back up. We're going to switch over. So cross the other leg over, come forward. So your crown of your head is going forward. You're not letting the head hang. Don't let the head hang. And a couple of breaths here. Noticing now that movement at the back body and at the sides of the rib cage. And then come all the way up. Lovely. So cross the legs again the other way. We're going to come into a twist here again. Place one hand on the opposite leg and we're going to turn. So we may even feel we're coming into a bit of a stronger twist here compared to when we did earlier. Let the shoulders relax. You're turning the rib cage. Notice where the movement of breath is now. What parts of the body are moving as you're breathing in and out? And then slowly, gently back to center. We're going to switch over again, cross the other leg over. Hand is coming on the opposite of that knee. The other one can come behind onto the chair. And slowly turn that rib cage. Make sure shoulders are released. Full breaths into the whole of the lungs, into the whole of the back, sides of the rib cage, front of the chest. And slowly, gently then, when you're ready, coming back to center. So we're staying now still with the legs and the hips. I want you to be aware if you do have any hip issues or any knee issues, I'll show you two versions of this. The first one is the one that we just did, but we're going to place the hands onto the knees and then come forward. Okay, so it is pretty much the same as what we just did. If you're taking it a bit further, you're letting the leg come up into that wide leg position. Okay, keep this foot flexed if you can. All right, and no pressure on the ankle. And then from here, you're forward, you're coming forward ever so slightly. So you may get a sensation into the leg or into the bum. Just be mindful of the knee. Anytime you feel any pain into the joint, pull back. Your joint does not like that. It's telling you it doesn't like that. So staying here for a breath or two. If I show you from the side. And then nice and easy, coming all the way up. And then we're going to switch over the other side. So you may choose again to do that forward fold with the leg just crossed over. Or bring it up a little bit higher, keep the foot flexed, no pressure on the ankle. Now I'm having to move this leg a little bit over so that I can get my knee stacked over the ankle joint. And then slowly, gently coming forward. So if you're finding at the moment that you're doing a lot more, if you're able to get out onto a country road or anything and you're doing a little bit more walking, this will be quite a nice position to do. Or if you've just taken up running, we're all doing crazy things at the moment. Some of us might be taking up running. It's not crazy, it's good for you. And then come all the way back. Lovely. Okay, so sitting a little bit now more towards the edge. Actually, no, come back. A little bit more towards the back of the chair. And see how it is to let your bum come into the chair a little bit more. We're going to lift one leg, and you can see I've got my foot flexed, and you're pressing into that heel. Lovely. And then we're going to let it come down, and then we're going to lift the other one up, press into the heel. Perfect. Okay. Crossing the feet at the ankles, we're going to lift up. And then we're going to lift the arms up. Perfect. and then come down. Cross over the other side, and then lift up, arms up. A little bit of balance, a little bit of strength into the legs, and then come down. Okay, so we're going to do that again, and this time we're going to bring in a little twist. When we go to do this, if you can take either elbow, if that allows your arm to come up over your head, your arms to come up over your head, do that, or keep them here in front of your chest. Okay, so to begin with, let's begin with just bringing the arms as if you're going to start doing your Cossack dancing, and then place one ankle over the other, one foot over the other, and lift the feet up. And then if you're okay to lift the arms up, and then we're going to turn just the chest, so you're not coming too far, just turn in the rib cage, and then come back to center, and then turn the other way. Lovely. And come back to center, and then release the arms down, release the legs down. And if you feel like doing a little shoulder shrug, do that as well. Perfect. Okay, so cross over the other way. Whatever way you had your feet crossed over, do it the other way. Lift up. Bring the arms in front. If you want to change then the cross of where you were holding the elbows. Either stay here or bring up over your head. And we're going to turn the rib cage one way. Remember, you're not going too far. It's not a strong twist. And then back to center. And then the other way. That's it. And then back to center. And then release down and release the legs down. And here again, if you're feeling you want to do a few little shoulder shrugs, or bring the shoulders up towards the ears, and then let them relax, lift up, and then down, and then lift up, and then down. Perfect. I just want to check the time, because I feel I'm having too much fun there. Okay. So staying on the chair, kind of more towards the back, we're going to let the legs come a little bit wider now. Here, a little bit wider, and we're going to lift up. So it's like we're doing a wide leg, as if we were standing. So you want to keep the feet, the heels pressed, and you might feel a little bit, which is okay, a little bit of support underneath the thighs, and that's okay. And we're going to lift the arms up, breathe in. As you breathe out, make the little fist, let the shoulders, or let the elbows come down in line with the shoulders. Breathing in, reach into the fingertips. I've got my hands out wide, and then exhale, come down as if you're doing your strong man, and then breathe in, lift up, and then exhale, come down. If it's comfortable for you to stay here for a couple of breaths, keep pressing into the heel, draw the belly button back towards the spine if that feels comfortable. This can be done with the heels just resting onto the floor as well. We're looking at more of getting a power stance, taking on the day. And I probably should have checked that I don't have a hole in my leggings, but I think I'm okay. Usually I have to check that before we do anything. Okay, and slowly, gently release down. Brilliant. Let the legs come back to center. If you want to sit a little bit towards the edge of the seat or towards the middle of the seat, feet planted into the earth. Crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. And the eyes can be open or closed. Turning the palms now so that they face towards the sky. The hands are soft, palms are soft, shoulders releasing away from the ears. The jaw and the cheekbones becoming soft, the forehead, the eyes. And if you like, imagining you have your strong tree roots coming out of your feet, going down through the ground to the center of the earth, connecting you to the earth. allowing you to feel grounded and centered for the rest of the day. And if you like, repeating to yourself, today, I choose love over fear. I am making more loving choices with everyone, including myself. I replace judgment with compassion, bitterness with forgiveness, and hatred with understanding. I choose to lead a life of love. I'm going to read that again. Today, I choose love over fear. I am making more loving choices with everyone, including myself. I replace judgment with compassion, bitterness with forgiveness, and hatred with understanding. I choose to lead a life of love. So closing our practice this morning, palms of the hands together or resting over the heart center. May all be well, may all be happy, may all be free from suffering. May all be well, may all be happy, may all be free from suffering. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow morning.